So here we are. This isn't video games. Sometimes on this channel, I like to do things outside of video games, and today is one of those days. If you didn't hear already, the Hawk Tuah girl, she is in some hot water, and how she's dealing with it hasn't been so great. Her villain arc has started, and I don't think anyone is really surprised. When someone's thrown into fame and is all of a sudden throwing a bunch of money, sometimes they rise to the occasion, and other times this happens. So CoffeeZilla and his second channel, Voidzilla, has made a video on the crypto scam that has been created, and he does a really good job of breaking these things down. So I thought we would watch it, do something outside of video games. I think there will be some more Indiana Jones today. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that, but let's break this one down. And CoffeeZilla goes in really great depth with all of his videos, so I'm gonna try to take the lighter side of things, but we'll see what happens.
Exactly how it happened, and I'm gonna confront the people behind it. Well, I did last night, and let me just say, it didn't go very well.
Be happy to answer any
I have questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey guys.
What, CoffeeZilla?
Hey,
Like immediately aggressive towards him.
this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay,
and
then
I've
why
been
the fuck are you on?
profiting from the
There's
rug
no
pull? I
rug
think it's
pull
relevant.
because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. Yeah, that's defamation.
So he is in here talking to Haley, who is Hawk Tuah girl, as well as the person running the crypto scam. It's a scam. It's a scam.
Doc,
You're saying
do the math. Do
It's
the math.
defamation. You're saying that we pulled a rug. There was no rug pull.
3%.
You're defaming our
Are you not gonna let me talk? You just talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
Yeah, these people were completely unhinged, unwilling to take any accountability, and we'll talk more to them in a
surprised?
second. But I want to break down the Hawk Tuah scam. I think people are confused with this kind of stuff. I want to start with the big.
So when it comes to crypto, it's confusing, right? Especially when you have like Bitcoin, and like I would say like Bitcoin is like, it's reputable, right? It's like getting any other stock. And then you have these meme coins, which we'll get into it. We'll get into it.
Set it all off. That would be this by Bubble Maps, which showed 96% of the supply was controlled by the team.
Which is insane.
Being sent out to a bunch of smaller wallets. The implication being that some of them might be dumping on you. Pretty quickly, the Hawk Tuah girl came in to copy and paste what her team told her to say, which said team hasn't sold one token and not one key opinion leader was given one free token. We tried to stop snipers as best we could through high fees at the start of the launch. And so you see their awful tokenomics here. Along with this.
So I think he's going to get into this, but like when these meme coins come out, the people that sell them are so often trying to sell them as almost like merch. Like, oh, become like one of my members, my closest supporters, and you can buy this and be a part of the Hawk Squad. And I don't actually know if she said that, but she should have.
This response, the team hasn't sold one token, and then they post obviously a screenshot of a lot of sells from insiders who did not have to pay. You can see on the bot side, there's nothing. And then on the sold side, they're making a lot of money. So how do you get free tokens?
Handing people money.
You're an insider, right? And I just want to show you exactly how the Hawk Tuah team is sort of lying by omission here when they say the team hasn't sold one token. And that's because they pre-sold the tokens, guys. They sold them to a bunch of investors with a pre-sale, and then those people were unlocked immediately upon launch. So you can see that
probably
with her
sold immediately
here. It says Haley's locked for 12 months, but you can see the strategic allocation is fully unlocked immediately on token generation event. Now, I spoke to some people who bought into this pre-sale. They say they got in at $16.69 million total valuation, which means that if they sold out the whole 17%, you're looking at about $2.8 million raised by pre.
Keep that number in mind, $2.8 million. I haven't seen this video yet, but I kind of know what happened.
Selling these tokens. So it is essentially a lie to say her team didn't sell tokens. Well, they pre-sold them, and then those investors dumped on your fans. That's the problem. Because Bubble Map says we found 285 investors join the Hawk pre-sale. That's about what I saw as well. 89 wallets sold 100% on launch 47 sold, over 50%. Anyway, you can see in total, $3.3 million were sold. Again, as you'll see, on mostly Haley Welch's fans, or Hawk Tuah Girls fans. And I know what you're thinking. Who falls for this? Well, unfortunately,
Like at this point, really, who does?
with situations like this, they're not targeting crypto bros. They're mostly
Yeah,
targeting.
I guess this is what we were talking
like,
about.
Actual fans who've never been involved in the crypto space before.
Okay, so I only partially believe that because I think like a general fan is probably not even going to know how to buy one of these coins. And yes, they do make it more simple to kind of like predatorize these people, and
They
that's
don't
sad.
know any better.
But
And you're going to hear the guy behind a lot of this say that explicitly.
These are people that are outside of crypto.
Yeah.
That we're going to be onboarding, and they don't give a shit. They don't even know what a market cap is.
Which
They
is
just go,
worse.
oh, cool.
Like that's
Free
worse.
coin. Now I get to join the community. Cool. Done.
Not only did they say it, they sold it in a pitch deck. You can see the Hawk deck here. Massive onboarding
They sold it
event.
in a
Hawk will
PowerPoint
onboard
presentation.
Normies. So that's why I just don't buy this thought of, oh, well, if you bought this, you deserve to get scammed. Okay, fine. But a lot of the people who bought it had never bought crypto before. They were targeting those people. They said as much in our call. Now, the other part of this scam that I really need to break down because people don't understand it exactly is the fee scam, okay?
Oh, God.
When this
There's more than just
they
the
had
coin.
15% fees on trading.
Oh, God.
They said that this was to stop snipers. But basically
Where's the
what
fee
this
go?
means, and because the team now blames snipers for a lot of this rug pull, but what it means is they benefited the entire way. You can see in 24 hours.
So. He's going to go into the numbers, but like put it this way. If they're trying to mitigate snipers and they're putting a 15% fee, that fee is going to them. In other words, the snipers doing this, even though the coin price dropped, they would benefit in the long run because of that fee.
Made almost $2 million from
which
this
is almost
fee.
how much is
Meanwhile,
sold.
On Deck Screener, you can see the sniper, which is the number one
2.8
trader
million,
on this
remember?
coin. They made about $1.3 million in their total profits and loss. So they actually made less in total profits, this sniper that ruined the project, than the team made on fees. I, of course, asked who benefited. Did Hawk Tuah Girl make the money? Who made the money in this
We
whole
have an
thing?
answer to that,
and
by the way.
I essentially dodged the question. Who's making millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making fees?
So, just before we get too far into this, there was a lawyer response down here. CoffeeZilla responded, and he said, I watched the video. Just to clarify, the 50% of net proceeds mentioned was from the allocation of tokens. 10% locked for 1 year with 3-year vest thereafter, and would realized until when she sold them. Out of her 15% or 50%, she would have to pay her non-crypto team too. So in reality, she would only hold 3.5% of the tokens withdrawn, if at all, on the above schedule. So keep that in mind. So 3.5%. So if you take 3.5% of that 2.8 million that was sold, we don't know if she actually made that because they're not very clear on that, but that's still like nearly $100,000.
This thing going
but
for
this doesn't mention the
years,
fees.
Okay, that's how do you think? There's so many expenses.
Who makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to
Not answering.
the creator, right?
Which is
Oh.
who? Who does that own? Who does that belong to?
That belongs to the project.
Oh
Who's
my
the project?
God.
Who is the project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right? And
How much does Haley Welch own?
this is Haley Welch's project. and
Which, based off of the lawyer's statement, if it was 50% of the allocation, it would be she'd be making $500,000 off of it.
CoffeeZilla.
I'm just trying to figure out who owns it.
Do you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands, to hire directors? You think this stuff pays for itself? You know, this is how you run a project forever. Is you have to fund that. How and first of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this
Holy
project.
non-answer.
Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're
Okay,
really
all
trying to
right.
do
So what
something
did he
here
say?
and not just do it
1.3
for
million?
1 day and do it for 2 days. Like
So who made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made
they-
the money? How much did Haley Welsh make of that million, 1.8 million?
Oh, it's 1.8?
It's a foundation that is running this project.
How much does she own of it?
It's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So
That's
y'all
not-
made the money?
No, I don't own the foundation either. A foundation.
Brother.
So $100,000 a
who profited
person if they split it
over
evenly.
$1 million was just made.
A foundation
Just off
that
of
pays
fees.
people out. And by the way, CoffeeZilla, I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills.
What
You heard him
do
right.
you mean, who cares?
Where millions of dollars went? Supposedly, they have 18 people working on the Hawk Tuah meme token. So, I don't know if that's true, but that's at least what they're claiming. Now, the last thing I need to say before we jump into this context that you need is that there are 4 groups to look out for here. 1, you have Hawk Tuah girl, who is promoting this thing. 2, you have this guy, Doc Hollywood, who is like Howie Mandel's like son-in-law or something like that.
Wait,
like,
really?
He's this guy who has some connections in Hollywood, and he seems to be the guy connecting Hawk Tuah girl with crypto, and he said he was teaching her a meme coin class, okay? And he goes unhinged on her call. 3, you have the guys running the crypto token, and 4, you have the insiders who paid money to get early access to this coin and then are rug pulling a lot of
I would also love to know who they
Haley
are.
Welsh's fans.
But you're not going
What
to.
you want to make
but
of that, who you exactly want to assign blame to, is up to you. A lot of people are saying, oh, she didn't know any better. She's getting taken advantage of.
She probably
Maybe,
was.
Or maybe she's making a ton of money talking about Hawk Tuah girl. So, with
Like,
that
I don't mean to
said,
be
I just
rude,
wanna
but
show
do you think Hawk Tuah girl
the call last night,
knows how to
that is
create
what
a
I
meme
knew
coin?
going into this call, and you'll see my questions target some of these different aspects of what I believe to be a scam in this call. And the last thing I have to say is that when they did do this call, they monologued for like 12 to 15 minutes before they let anyone up. So I was extremely frustrated by the time I got up. I think you'll hear a little bit of that in my voice. Not only that, this Doc Hollywood guy called people mentally ill. He said that people should be thanking him or kissing his butt, basically.
So this is like
for doing this.
So this is someone who knows crypto, knows famous people, and found a way to make money off of essentially a pyramid scheme that he was running, and has no PR training and doesn't know how to save it. And he is going to potentially get everyone put in jail.
For them, as if he's doing them a favor,
Hopefully.
basically generally berating the people who had maybe lost money in this. And so quite frustrating to go into. And well,
If you get
anyway,
further into the
enjoy.
video, you're going to see I
Everyone
have
thinks
a
that,
pretty
everything's a
unpopular
rug.
opinion on this.
Everything's a rug. Everyone's here to you. Nah, we're here to onboard real people outside of this spaces, right? The people here, you guys are already y'all are ahead every day thinking everything's a scam. And you know what? You guys are right. Everything is a scam, but not this.
Not this.
We did not spend 6-7 months of our lives dedicated to trying to do something cool, right? To do something different.
How is this
not dumping
cool?
on you, not bundle snipes. Not 100% of the liquidity or whatever was bundle sniped by the team and propped up charts. You guys are not the target audience. Sorry to say, right? This is not the target audience.
who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people.
What?
I know y'all, right? I see some friendly faces in this audience.
He's having a meltdown.
You know, I'm gonna say
Yes.
y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space.
Oh, I wonder
I think
why.
crypto
You just
brings
took like
the
millions of
mentally
dollars of
ill
people's cash.
into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill, and I'm gonna count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now.
Oh my
We're trying
god.
to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool, We're trying to give.
We're trying to
meme
take your
tokens away
money.
for free
We're trying to
people who have
open
never
our
had
pockets
any
for
crypto
you
before, any
to
meme
put your
token.
money
And you
into
guys
it.
should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to do something dope.
Yeah, so that's how all of this started. I had watched as people got wrecked on chain, and then I go here in the actual space that's supposed to address everything, a guy berating everyone, calling them mentally ill and telling them they should be thanking him. And that's what led to sort of my attitude when I went up on stage. Also, Twitter Spaces is horrible for doing this kind of work. I normally wouldn't choose it, but all these guys seem to love Twitter Spaces. I don't know why. The problem is people filibuster. So
It's
I
like
know
Zoom
I
without
interrupted
video,
a lot. That's
but
because
it's like old school
you can't let
Skype.
these people go run off on like 10-hour explanations, which they will do if you let them. So
And talk in
yeah,
circles.
anyway, here's when I got up on the space.
Be happy to answer any
I have
questions.
questions. I have questions.
let me go like
I'm
this.
raising my hand. Hey guys.
So you guys can see who.
Coffeezilla.
So Haley
Hey,
actually says
This is one
something.
of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then
I've
why
been
the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated
Like even that
over
response is
$1 million
like,
in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true. That's
That
not
is
true.
true. That's a
No,
fact.
it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there.
that's not true, but we know. Okay, keep that in mind. We're not true, but we know.
That.
you
no
know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's
Then
why
what do
we
you
can
know?
answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens
Coffeezilla,
going
just-
directly from the main account,
Coffeezilla, just chill for a second.
and then it's getting sold for 50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for 50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now we had.
That's what
we had
everyone
a-
says, by the way.
Listen,
Everyone says,
doesn't
"Not me."
matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a
You're different.
strategic allocation.
So this is that Doc
right,
Hollywood
through
guy.
a foundation. Every single one of those was signed through a SAFT. The deployer wallet. You've heard of a strategic allocation or a private
How much did
sale?
y'all get doing a pre-sale? How much did y'all make?
They won't answer
It's
that.
not that we
Selling out your
made.
fans. So other
Over here,
people
can you give
dump on your fans.
Hold on, Coffeezilla, take a chill pill, brother.
Yeah, so
let's
Y'all just
speak-
rug pulled a bunch of people. What
No,
are you
no, there's
talking-
no rug. We're here every single day. There's no rug pulled, and it's not done by us. Yes, snipers sniped it up to an insane market
No,
cap.
no, it's
and
not
dumped
just
it.
snipers.
That was not
No,
us.
it's not
That
just
was
that.
Okay, so just the to discern what's going on there. Snipers, people who like snagged up a bunch of it and then dropped the price of it as other people were buying in. That is what they are referring to. What Coffeezilla is referring to is they have a bunch of these tokens that they handed out to people and then were immediately sold for, he's saying, $50,000. Those aren't snipers. They didn't buy them. So what they are saying is that they gave these tokens out to people to immediately sell them and make the profit off of them, and then they were all sharing it. They are denying that.
No. I'm telling you the truth.
And y'all made millions on fees from this little.
And then there's the
scheme.
fees.
There's not a.
Oh,
it's
I'm
not,
sure
it's
that's
not
not
a
you getting
scheme.
those fees,
It's
right?
not a
Who's making
scheme.
the money
It's
on
not
the
a-
fees?
it's
Who's
not a
making
scheme.
millions of dollars on fees from this rug pull?
That's not a scheme. That's the
Who's making
project. So we
fees?
can keep this thing going for years. Okay. That's how do you think?
No answer.
There's so many expenses.
Who
right?
makes the money on the fees? Someone just made over $1 million on fees. Who made it?
First of all, the fees were there with Meteora pools, and that goes to the creator, right?
Which is who? Who does that?
which-
Who belong? Who does that?
So the creator, I think a lot of people are going to say that's Haley. I think a lot of people are going to say that, but that could also be the creator of the coin. It could mean a lot of things. And then they go into like the whole, oh, there's 18 people working on this. Okay, so is it evenly split among 18? How does that
Who
work?
does that belong to?
That belongs to the project, right?
Who's the project? Who is the
that-
project?
Well, the project is over here, Haley Welch, right?
So all her?
And
How much
there's-
does Haley
and there's a
Welch
lo-
own?
This is Haley Welch's project.
So she owns all of it.
Coffeezilla.
Did she just make $1 million on fees on a rug pull? I'm just
Take
trying
a
to
chill
figure out-
pill.
Do you know how much it costs for lawyer fees to create a foundation in the Cayman Islands?
Dude, if I was Haley, I would be so mad at this guy. Like, I would be like, okay, like you're completely throwing me under the bus in this conversation. Like what are we doing here? What are we doing?
to hire directors. You think this stuff pays for itself, right?
So y'all wanted to make the money on day one? I don't understand. I'm just asking
we're
who
here every
actually
single
makes the
day.
millions of
Day
dollars in
one,
fees from the
day
rug.
two, day three. You know, this is how you run a project forever. Is you
Forever,
have
eh?
to fund that. How and first of all, over here can speak to the extensive amount of work and time and people that are on this project. Over here has around 18 people working on this right now as we speak. This is not a small time type of nothing. We're really trying to do something here and not just do it for one day and do it for 2 days like you're
So
used
who
to.
made the money? You haven't answered the question. Who made the money? How much
He's
did
not gonna
Haley Welch
answer.
make of that million,
Two,
1.8
it's
million?
the two. It's a foundation that
He
is
almost said
running this
something.
project.
How much does
Okay,
she own of it?
it's a foundation. She owns zero of the foundation.
So
The
y'all made the money?
foundation. No, I don't own the foundation.
Though that would be, you know, if Haley is really getting pulled along for a ride, first of all, she should sue them to clear her name. But if they like literally used her, she owns none of it. She made none off of those fees. And then her name's getting dragged. Sue the hell out of them.
Foundation either. A foundation in the
Brother,
Cayman Islands.
who profited? Over $1 million was just
I'm
made.
telling you, a foundation that pays people out. And by the way,
A foundation that pays
Coffeezilla,
people out.
I'm not asking you, questions that are irrelevant to the most important stuff that you said. Who cares where fees go? It goes to bills. It
Well,
goes
when
to
you're charging
attorneys. It goes to
15%,
accountants.
Who
It goes to
cares where they
directors.
go?
you're
It
charging
goes to
15%
staff.
on a rug pool
Right?
and you're profiting from the
There's
rug
no
pool. I
rug
think it's
pull
irrelevant.
because we didn't pull a rug. I don't know what you're trying to say. It's not true. Yeah, that's defamation. What
Doc,
you're saying,
do the
Coffeezilla.
math. Do
It's
the math.
defamation. You're saying that we pulled a rug. There was
You
no rug
released
pulled.
3%.
You're defaming our character.
Are you not
It's
going to let me
bullshit.
talk? You
It's
just
bullshit.
talk over me. You talk over me.
I'm hearing bullshit.
No, you're not. You're talking over me. Let me just lay out your tokenomics. You guys released 3% to the
you
Meteora
go.
pool, while you have 17% of the token allocation unlocked day one from your strategic allocation. Are you guys insane? What do you guys think exactly is going to
So
happen?
this is where he gets
when
into
your,
his like what he knows
insiders
more.
get sent their tokens? And by the way, who made the money from your 17% pre-sale while you're giving a tiny piece of the pie to the public? Like, what the hell? This is the worst tokenomics I've ever seen, and it is a scam.
It's not a scam.
The tokenomics are
Oh, he said it's not a scam. I guess it's not.
a scam.
Problem solved.
That's my opinion. You can say whatever you want about it. You can cry defamation. That's my opinion. It's a scam. And I only do this for a living. I've only seen 1 million of these projects.
Did they hang up on him?
So who pays you, Coffeezilla? Let's.
Ooh, turn it around. Turn it around. Turn it around. Nobody's here for me. Everyone's here for you. Where did the fees go? Where did the money for the pre-sale tokens go? Why did y'all unlock day one so people could dump on Haley Welch's fans? And how involved was she really? And how much money is she making from all this? What's her cut?
See, here's the thing: is like I don't see a way for this to work, right? Like just this whole idea as a whole, right? So he's saying day one, they gave a bunch of tokens to people. They unlocked 3% for people to buy. So people buy in, number goes up. Snipers and insiders sell, price drops like crazy. Immediately, people are going to stop buying it. So obviously, that method doesn't work. So let's say they do something else where they sell all of the coins, but they say, you buy into this, we're not opening up the market for sales for a month. Well, as soon as that month hits, that's the highest it's ever going to be. So there's no way for everyone to actually win in this. When you are doing this, there is guaranteed going to be people that lose. And probably 99% of those people that lose are the fans, the insiders, and on top of that, the snipers who know what they're doing are going to profit. So the only people that are getting screwed by this are the fans. Like that is where the issue lies here. And if you're going to support someone, buy a t-shirt, buy some of their merch, buy some of them sell like candy and stuff like that. Something that you actually get in return and not this coin that you're going to get screwed on. I mean, that's my opinion.
I just got muted. So yeah, that was the conversation. Obviously, I got a little heated there towards the end because
They weren't answering
I don't know, there was
questions.
something about this guy berating people who had lost money and insisting that what was so transparently true about the fees being made, about who's benefiting from the pre-sale, just dodging all of that, it gets me so bothered. I guess it shouldn't at this point, but you know, what can I say? I'm only human. I will go ahead and highlight there were two other moments. FaZe Banks got up and called these guys out, which is
Good for Banks.
funny.
This 100% was a mismanaged, mislaunched. Like this is.
I'm assuming Banks has done
What
something
CoffeeZilla-
similar. That's why he
Zilla
says
said,
that.
I would label this a scam as well. It's pretty obvious. Like CoffeeZilla brought up, 97% of the token was bundled into the same cluster. And in layman's terms, that just basically means 90%. 97% of all the tokens owned were by related wallets, friends of friends.
that's
of friends
wild.
Of friends. They were like,
No, that's not true. It's not true.
Yeah, yes, it is
It's
true.
false.
Yes, no, it's 100% true.
And then also Nick O'Neill, who is another crypto Twitter guy, he got up there and he asked them basically what I did because they wouldn't let me back up on the space. And he said, "Where's the money going to?" And then Hawk Tuah girl, decided it was time for bed, and that was the end of the space.
So I'm sort of curious, like, not for the token price itself, but just in terms of the fact that
The
there's
fees?
that are being generated, there's an actual like
Hey
source
guys,
of income.
I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But
Yeah.
anywho,
No.
I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
What?
Okay. For I guess we're talking over here.
Can you imagine being asked questions about a scam, and in the middle of the questioning, you
bedtime.
go, "Oh, yeah, I think I'm gonna hit the bed. You know, gotta wake up bright and early for tomorrow." That is just wild. These people are not serious, or at least it doesn't appear that they're taking it very seriously.
that's part of the issue,
I
right?
think
Like,
it's
there's no-
concerning when you have a project.
The problem is they can't show remorse because the remorse shows that they're guilty. Like
Which, they can say whatever they want about their 18 employees and all the, hundreds of thousands they supposedly paid to set up these, like, Cayman Island corps to do it the right way.
I mean, if you're gonna set up a Cayman Island corp for it, you know what you're getting into.
But at the end of the day, when you make millions of dollars on launch, where does that come from? When your insiders
Stealing
sell
it from your
$3 million,
fans.
where does that come from? Maybe the normies that you were targeting to get in? That is my problem. That is my issue, and that's why I came at them so hard. And that's basically it. I think Haley Welsh or Hawk Tuah girl, to whatever extent she was involved, is still unclear, or was unclear until her
Ooh.
transactional entertainment lawyer contacted me. I'm just editing this live, guys. He contacted me and said he wants to have a offline convo. I said I can't do that. This is a live story. If she wants to comment on the story or shed light on how much
for
she's been
him.
paid, kindly respond. I'll put up all these screenshots. They say she was paid in advance from a company to handle the token marketing dev launch of
Okay, hold up.
$125,000. That's the only money she's seen to date. If you have any specific questions, happy to answer. I said, what company was she paid by? What's the agreement? Did she see a cut of the pre-sale or fees from the liquidity pool? The best thing for my story is to get a copy of the agreement, of course. Christian replies, she was supposed to get 50% of
Oh
net
my
proceeds
God.
after payments of costs to third parties. Is that the 18 employees or whatever they have? I don't know. I don't know what costs they have, but 50% is a lot. They were supposed to be mutually approved between her and the company. All decisions regarding to allocation were supposed to be mutually approved. Those decisions haven't been made at this point. The goal would be to salvage the token for the holders and her true fans and do right by the community.
That's not gonna happen. Jinx.
I can't provide the actual contract, as you can imagine, but I'm happy to continue to be responsive. Your spaces and comments have been helpful, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate what you... Okay, we all know. They always say that, by the way.
Yeah.
This guy does not appreciate what I do, I don't think. An entertainment lawyer appreciating somebody talking about somebody, I don't think that's true.
So she was paid $125,000 up front. And I was going to originally say, if that is the only thing that she got, she is getting taken for a ride. But she is also making 50% after the team is paid out. So however much the team is taking, she is making 50% of what's She is raking it in on
Look,
this
the
thing.
big deal, what he said, is 50% net proceeds. That's a lot, actually. Now, again, 18 employees working on the Hawk Tuah coin. I don't know how much they're going to end up seeing at the end of the day, but it's going to be real money. The question about, like, oh, salvage the coin, want to salvage the coin. Guys, the problem is you've sold millions of dollars of pre-sale
How do you
tokens,
salvage it?
and they're still out there. There's still people with these coins who are waiting to sell. So the second you go and salvage it for the fans, you're kind of dooming them again.
Yeah.
So the best situation is just people, well, I don't really.
It's like a way of doing a Ponzi scheme where if you were to salvage it, the money would just be moving around and the only person actually profiting is Hawk Tuah girl and her team.
No, I don't like to give advice in situations like this. You know, it's like asking someone how to clean up a car crash. It's like, well, ideally, this wouldn't have happened in the first place. So,
Yeah, but that can't happen.
give too much advice there. The situation's horrible as it is. I appreciate them actually responding, though, but she is actually making a lot of money off of it.
I am very curious. One thing I've always wanted, like, because CoffeeZilla always talks about these scam crypto things, right? And like the biggest thing in it is a meme coin. And I would love someone to ask CoffeeZilla just straight up, is there a way to release a coin that is not a scam? Right? Because like that's like the one question all these people are avoiding. Because I haven't seen one that isn't, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know enough. So like if I'm like him and he's making the coffee coin, is there a way for him to do it that is not a scam? And like I'm sure a lot of the crypto bros are going to be like, oh, you got to do this, you got to allocate this amount, blah, 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 blah. I would love him to answer that. And maybe he has, maybe I haven't seen it, but I think that's such a straightforward question. Is there a way to do it that's not a scam? And if so, how would you do it? Then at the same time, ask him why he hasn't.
And I do actually think that's a problem. So, I don't know. I think this whole situation is terrible, and she should feel bad. I hope she does, really, because
she hasn't shown any remorse.
She got in bed with these people who clearly saw dollar signs. She saw dollar signs.
I think she got taken advantage of from the dollar signs.
People have been hurt. So, yeah, that's basically it. Oh, one more message from Hawk's lawyer. This guy keeps messaging me. He says, this was not a speculative opportunity for her. She truly didn't intend to fleece fans. She genuinely wanted to make this a community token of fans and onboard Web 2 to Web 3 and be a long-term face.
I believe that she actually wanted that, but like, again, I think she got taken for a ride. But hey, look at Ludwig's face. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you're thinking about this. And if you want to see more non-gaming, maybe drama-related videos, hit the like button, subscribe, and we talk about things over here. So let me know what you're thinking. More Indiana Jones later today. And later, dudes.